need to look for a pencil sharpener today. All right. I guess we'll make a podcast or whatever. Hello, friends and fiends. Welcome to Bugs Need Heroes, the podcast about insect superpowers. Each episode, an artist and an entomologist team up to illustrate the inspiring abilities of insects by creating bug-themed superheroes. I'm Amanda.
I'm Kelly.
Producer Derek and Clementine are also here. Before we get started,
Desdemona.
Oh, and Desdemona's also here. Oh my gosh, we're swimming in cats. Producer Derek and Desdemona and Clementine are here today. Before we get started creating this bug-inspired hero, what's bugging you, Kelly?
Oh, had a really nice day yesterday at one of our local libraries in my city.
Tell me more about this.
So I belong to I'm the board of a sort of native plant society called Wild Ones.
All the time you're always telling me like, well, I was doing this, and I'm like, how have I not heard that you were doing this before? Turns out I'm CEO of an important business.
I say yes to too many things, Amanda. That's the problem.
I see.
And then I'm tired, but so I belong to this society, and we set up a screening of the Extraordinary Caterpillar documentary. I don't know if you've seen like the trailers going around.
I've seen the trailers for it, but I haven't tracked it down yet. But I keep seeing trailers.
You can only see it at like a viewing, like someone has to buy the rights to view it. And so we did that at the local library, and some families came to watch, and afterwards I gave like a little talk about the importance of lepidopterans, so moths and butterflies. And I answered the little children's questions. I love little kid questions. They're so cute and they're so inquisitive. And I brought live painted lady caterpillars in for the kids to see, which now I'm going to have to raise into adult butterflies and release.
Yes.
They're native, so it's fine, but it's going to be something. But it was really fun. And then afterwards, I went and got a beer with Joe at a local bar, and just a good day. Lots of walking, like 6 miles of walking around the city.
Got your steps in.
Got more than my number of
20,000 steps in, yes.
But it was really good. It's a great documentary. Yeah, folks should see it if they get the chance. But the kids were very, very cute.
I'm quickly trying to
caterpillar.
Google if it's being played anywhere near me so I can go look. All I'm getting is a bunch of reviews saying, this is the best documentary I've ever seen. I'm like, okay, well, let's chill out, please.
Let's calm down.
Let's calm down. Well, this week, producer Derek and I went to Bug Trivia on Tuesday. It was held at a local bar, but
nice.
Sponsored by the Insectarium, which we've mentioned on the pod before. We sat at a table that had a bunch of butterfly specimens, and then live millipedes, and one live South Carolina spider.
Oh.
So we named our team Sweet Carolina Spider. Which was good. We got second place, Kelly. I know you're disappointed in us.
No, I'm very proud. Second place is very, very good.
We only lost by 1 point. So I consider it
one point is pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it was bug people, let me tell you. Shout out to the people at our table, Julie and Nate. Cody at one point says to me, these are all like bug people. And I was like, yeah, Cody, it's bug trivia.
Bug trivia. Yeah.
And he's like, I guess I just never thought about people being into bugs. And I was like, Cody, what? I've been on a bug podcast for nearly 4 years. There's bug people, man.
We've interviewed many bug people.
He's like, I don't know, I just never thought about people being like into bugs like recreationally, like as a hobby. And I was like, yeah, some of these people are probably just
bugging.
Some people are probably just into bugs, but like at least one dude at the table behind us was like a professional. So like these were bug people, you know?
It's awesome.
It was fun though. I wish I'd brought more business cards to like go table to table and just start shilling, you know, the way you have to.
That's where our people are.
That's where our people are. And I failed at that. It does make me want to do a Bugs Need Heroes hosted trivia night.
Oh, that'd be fun.
But I don't know how to even begin procuring such a thing. So Yeah, it was fun though. The round one was just kind of like general bug questions, and we smoked them at that. It was so easy. And then this round two was specifically tied to a locally made board game. I believe it was called Mate, which was all about like the romantic endeavors, we'll say, of of animals and how they do so, and the unique things they do to find a special person in their life. And then round three was just like music that had bugs either in the title, the album name, or the artist himself or herself. And that round was way too hard.
Yeah, what artist has a
So
bug in their
obscure.
name?
Well, like there's like Fireflies by Owl City. That was the first one. We're like, okay, this
Oh,
might not
okay.
this
So it
this
could
might
also
not
be
be so bad.
the Beatles. Yeah,
Yeah, and the
artist is
Beatles, and one of them was Adam Ant, and then the rest were like
Alien Ant Farm.
deep cuts.
Oh man.
Deep.
Yeah.
And like even like those of us who thought we were pretty acquainted with music were like, I don't
I
know
would be really bad
any
at
of
that
these.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Especially the ones where it was like the album name. I was like, I can't help you. I'm a top 40 girl, unfortunately. So if it wasn't in a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical or the top 40, I was useless. So but it was fun.
Sounds like a great day.
It
Yeah.
it was fun.
Very cool. Oh,
So
I forgot a second, a short second. What's bugging me
oh yes.
is I have a bunch of centipedes in the lab
Yes.
that were ordered by another professor for a class, and
Uh-huh.
then he was probably just going to let them die. And I said,
Right.
well, don't do that. I'll
Abandon
take
them.
them. Yeah, I don't love centipedes, but I figured I'll put them in like a shoebox container,
Uh-huh.
and I will feed them and let them live out their lives until they've run their course. Well,
Yes.
I found I opened up their little box on Thursday, and they had babies.
That's what I
So
thought. That's what I thought. My one generation centipedes have become at least a two generation centipedes.
tiny little yellowish centipedes, and centipedes come out not with the full complement of legs, so they have like fewer. I forgot
Wait,
what the
they
exact number is,
don't they
but
like gain one every time they shed or something like
yeah,
that?
but yeah, as they molt and grow larger,
Mm,
they get more legs.
like a tree.
But I think I saw maybe 15
Oh yeah,
scuttling
there's
around.
it's never just like
It's
one. It's always a brood of them. Yes.
my student leans over and she goes, "Oh, Dr. Z, what's in there with the centipedes?" And I'm like, "Well, the only thing I put in there is dead isopods for them to
Yeah.
scavenge." And I lean over and I go, "Oh no." Oh,
More
it's babies.
centipedes. So it's
We've got bonus centipedes.
start a
So now I
centipede
guess I have a
adoption
weird
agency.
centipede colony going on, and the adults will probably eat a lot of the babies, but we'll see what happens.
Um, so my friend just moved to Virginia. I sent you a picture of a van that says like there's
Oh,
spiders
yeah,
everywhere.
that's
Because like I
awesome.
guess University of Virginia are the spiders. But she also sent me a picture of a black and white mosquito and said, Amanda, should I be squishing this? And I was like, yes, you should be squishing that. I said, it's some kind of 80s. That's where my knowledge
Mm-hmm.
ends. Only because
Amanda is learning,
only because my dear
absorbing.
friend Kelly worked with 80s for forever and was always telling me about the 80s. Um, but then I did Google it. I'm pretty sure it was like a Asian white
Oh,
striped something.
the tiger mosquito,
Yes,
probably.
that one. And I said, it
Yeah,
says
those
it's
are
highly
invasive.
invasive in Virginia. Squish with abandon. And she said, I'm on the case.
I'm
I'm
proud of
on the
you.
case.
I'm
But
proud of you,
I was
Amanda.
impressed with myself to be like, oh, an 80s. That's now I must Google from here, but I can start at least with that. So there you go.
Well, we're not covering a mosquito today, and we're not covering
No,
centipedes. You don't know what we're covering, right?
I
Not
don't. I
really.
am once again in the dark, like the bugs we love. I am under a log,
Under a rock somewhere.
under a rock, knowing nothing.
Today we're covering hister beetles. Hister is Latin for actor. They're also called clown beetles.
Oh, a gentleman of
Have
the
you?
stage.
Yes, a gentleman of the stage and silver screen.
Mm, I know
A
nothing.
true.
This you've revealed the names, and yet I've known no more information than I previously did.
They're not very well studied. They're just despite they're kind of important to humans, and we'll get into that. There's around 330 genera. For if folks forget their jargon, a genus is singular for genera. Our genus is Homo. We are Homo sapiens. So there's 330 genera of hister beetles and around 4,000 species total worldwide. Here in North America, about 500. Though I will say they're so small, there's probably way more than that, and
Oh,
we just haven't.
we haven't found them.
Yeah, yeah, it could be up to like 5,000. They're just, they're teeny guys. And by teeny, I mean like 1 to 10 millimeters in length. So about 0.04 to zero point 0.4 inches. So tiny, pretty tiny dudes and dudettes.
Winks.
They're shiny. They're usually black. Although some of them, I guess I'll share immediately. One of my favorite parts about these beetles is some of them live with ants,
Oh, little
and
buddies.
they end up being the similar color to the ant that they is their host.
Oh, interesting. So they're not camouflage, but they're like, I'm wearing the school colors here.
Yeah, yeah. Wearing the school colors. I think. Oh, Derek put a little an image in there for you.
Okay, I'm on the case. Let me look. Okay, now hold the phone. You're now hand the phone to me. Are you telling me that this second butt on this ant is actually
It's a beetle.
a beetle pretending to be this ant's booty?
It's a booty beetle. It's called this species, the common name is called a beetle bum, which really cracked me up.
So it has to be the school colors. Here I am thinking he's like
Yeah.
part of the team, but this is clearly not part of the team. I don't think that the ant is a willing participant in this exchange.
So
It
they hang
has.
out on army ants. And like I said, this species, this not species, this group of beetles is so understudied. This was discovered in 2014. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it had to be discovered by someone who was studying the ants. I
Yes,
was
it
like,
was
why do some of
by
these
an ant
ants have two
biologist.
bums?
A myrmecologist, if you will. Yeah, said he was looking at these army ants and then realized there was a weird growth on the abdomen or on that waist right above the abdomen, and
Right.
went, oh, wait a minute, that's not a weird growth. It's a tiny beetle. They just like hitch a ride on the army ants and then they'll drop off to kind of spread around and move to a different colony. But it's pretty weird. These are found in Costa Rica, this species.
So, is it feeding on the ant, or is it just
It's just
hitching a
hanging.
ride?
It's hitching a ride. They will eat things in the ant nest. Sometimes the larvae, they're pretty voracious predators, even they're real tiny. They're like active, they actively eat other insects.
Okay,
So they're
so are,
probably, like I said, we know so little about this, at least
oh,
with
okay.
this example, that they're likely eating the ant larvae
Probably
in the nest.
everybody is. Everybody is. People
Everybody.
can't wait to get in that ant colony and eat the larva. So do they stay in the colony like pretty much once they get in, they're in, or are they coming in, eating a little bit, and then vamoosing out of there?
They stay.
Okay.
Um, so we've seen ant relationships before with other bugs, and
Yeah.
it's likely that they will hitch a ride out when they're ready to mate, when it's time to find another hister beetle to mate with, but they probably spend most of their lives in the nest with the ants.
That is wild. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit flummoxed right now. So it's the color of an army ant, but you made it sound like they come in a different colors.
The other species are black. A lot of
Okay.
them are
Okay.
black if they don't like live with ants.
Okay. Okay.
They have their wing coverings are really short. They're elytra, if and
Yes.
it
Yes. The one word I know because of Minecraft.
and it covers like part of the abdomen, so they have little exposed booties. So they're It's one easy way to identify them. Um, but again, they're pretty small, so you probably need a microscope. In some species, they have their front little limbs are flat and toothed and wide, and it's to dig. So you'll find them in the soil, and they're called the actors, the hister, because if they're disturbed, they pull their little legs in and freeze, so they look like a little stone or a piece of sand.
Okay, so they're actor being like, don't pay attention to me. I'm acting like like a stone.
I'm
Okay.
something else. Yeah, or they'll play dead.
Or they'll
It's
act like an
pretty,
ant's bum, apparently.
or yeah, they'll pretend to be an ant's second butt, that kind of thing. They're pretty neat. They're because that elytra also doesn't cover the full part of the abdomen, it makes them
Mhm.
kind of flexible. So if you try to grab one, they kind of curl their bodies in and clamp down to whatever they're holding on to. So they're tough to get at. They're neat.
I,
They're neat
I'm looking
little
at a picture of
beetles.
him, and it's the most beetly beetle that's ever beetled. This is like the
Describe
beetle.
why he's beetly to
I
you.
don't
What do
know.
you
So
think?
he's first of all, he's like that classic beetle oval shape. Think of a
Hmm.
scarab, think of a ladybug, the beetle. Um, his head sticks out. I really feel like this is if you asked a kid to draw a drawing of a beetle, if that makes sense. Like it's not quite beetly, but like it's beetly. And then
Hmm.
their head is out a little bit, perfectly round, of course, with two big old mandibles, at least on this one of these examples.
Hmm.
So pinchy, that's like as buggy as it gets, right? Those two big mandibles in the front. Two antennae right there in the front coming. Actually, I'm not sure they are antennae, actually, now that I look at
They
them.
are remarkably round, which really
They are round from start to finish. This dude is
it's
round. And then, you got kind of like the shoulder guard thing that a lot of them have. I'm sure it has a real name. And then the elytra, and then the rounded little bum. And you're right, it does kind of have like diggery front legs on some of them for
like
digging.
flat and toothed.
Yeah, like skinny and then shovel
Yeah.
shovel shape, and then weensy again to do their little buggy crawling around.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, if I asked my 7-year-old to draw a beetle, I think this is what.
I think they're really cute. I think they're
Especially this
very
one that
cute.
producer Derek showed that's like black but with like some red hints on the elytra. That that's the beetlest beetle.
Yeah, that's the red spotted clown beetle.
Of
But
course.
the two like red on the shoulders sort
Yes.
of. Yeah, they're pretty neat. So there are a few species that do interesting things. So another ant hanger-on is Haterius ferruginous. It doesn't have a common name. So this group is
Because they're
so
fresh.
like
They're so fresh.
yeah, so fresh. A lot of them don't have common names. Uh, they're throughout like mainland Europe. They're in the UK. They were briefly thought to not be around anymore in 1920 in the UK, and then they were found again in 2012. They're tiny, but they were found in a nest of slave maker ants. I guess we'll make a quick note about slave maker ants. They're a species of ant that steal the broods of other ants to supplement their workers. Yeah, and so
They'll invade another colony and be like, "We're taking your babies," and then those
yep,
babies hatch or
they
become
work for
ants,
me
whatever,
now.
in the colony of their kidnappers, and go, "I guess I'm
Yeah,
one of you guys."
yeah,
Rude.
it's pretty rough. Uh, ants are fascinating. Ants are absolutely fascinating. We've covered many weird ant
Many
things
strange
on this
ants, and we've only
podcast. Yeah,
scratched the surface of ants because everything comes back to ants and bees, as you know.
I'd love to get a real myrmecologist on to have an
Also,
episode
I've never heard this
about
phrase
that.
myrmecologist before, but
Oh,
you're tossing it out here like I ought to know. Is that like
myrmecologist is
specifically
an
ants?
it's an ant biologist. Yeah.
My word.
We love labels in science. We
Also,
love it.
I feel like ants are they one of the most studied? It feels like
Probably. Ants and
everyone's got
bees.
ants, so if you're gonna start on something, get some ants.
Ants and honeybees
Yeah,
probably are some of the most well studied.
and
Mosquitoes
then
are very well studied,
fruit
but
flies
only
just
in
because
certain
of their
directions.
oh yeah, fruit
But
flies because of their what is it? What are they called? The like like perfect specimen. What is it called?
Oh, you know this.
I don't know. Well, what is it? No, I'm losing my gold star. It's slipping away as I speak.
What? Producer said Derek says starts with an H.
H. Hostile environment. I don't know. I'm useless. I'm so sorry. I've my comment. Holotype says no. That is not the phrase I was thinking of. There's something.
It's correct.
Technically correct, but not the word I was thinking of. I was thinking of something about how like you use them in a lab, and then they're like, oh, this is the one. We've already mapped his genome. We know everything about him. Model organism. That's what it is.
Derek gets the gold star today. Derek gets two gold stars.
We played like the worst game of bug charades ever just now.
But yeah, so we know a lot about ants, and thank goodness we know a lot about ants because we probably would have never. This beetle never leaves their nest. They're like in it. They are in there. That's it. They eat the dead and wounded ants. They eat their larvae. They eat pupae. They eat. What's good for the ants is they eat mites that end up in the nest. They're, like I said, they're pretty voracious, tiny little round predators.
So are these guys always associated with ants, or just we know of several kinds that have decided the ants generate enough?
Yeah, we know of several kinds.
Okay.
That they're doing this. It seems to be, again, we don't. These things are not studied very well, so who knows how many.
Right.
My very quick sort of prep for and by quick I don't mean like 5 minutes. I mean several hours of prep, but it's not like I spent a month prepping this episode.
Right.
I found
you're not elbow deep in these guys, as it were.
Yeah. I'm not ant nest deep in the histobeetle.
You're not just going around shoving your arms into colonies.
But they're really interesting because of this sort of parasitic like nature that they have with the ants.
It's not. It doesn't even seem. At least when they're not eating the larva, when they're just eating the mites out of the colony or whatever, it feels less. It's not like parasitic. Doesn't even seem like the right word. To just kind of like around, kind of like part of the community, you know. But symbiotic is also not right because I don't feel like the ants, other than the mite thing, I guess. I don't know what the threshold for these things is. Like, where's the threshold for symbiotic versus just like we both exist in this ecosystem, you know?
Yeah. What producer Derek brought up is the parasitism or commensalism. Commensalism is one animal benefits and the other is not harmed. But I would say these are pretty harmed if they're eating the ant larvae.
If they're eating their little guys, that's hard to say that they're not being harmed.
But not enough to, obviously not enough to crash a colony if you've just got a few histobeetles in there. But so they have a couple other jobs that I thought were interesting. And we talk about histobeetles now because they kind of pop up. People tend to share photos of them around this time, or at least around when this video will be out. And they're cute. Yeah, they're very cute. So they have two jobs that are really important to humans. One, there's a particular species, Carcinops pumilio, which is called the poultry house pill beetle. And I think Derek shared a photo.
Uncle Derek. Producer Derek just put a photo in the Discord, and it is very pill-shaped. This guy is like, he's not square. We've talked about how round the other examples were.
This is called the flat clown beetle. This is a different kind, but it's really funny looking.
What did this fella do to be called a clown? I feel like that's so rude.
Look at it with its little legs tucked in.
Oh, so
that top.
This one's like more armored, I feel like.
We'll share, obviously, we'll share photos on our socials of these guys. They come in many shapes.
The elytra really doesn't meet the end of the booty bun.
That butt's just hanging out.
Yeah, it's more like a backpack of elytra. I'm like, you're not flying anywhere, fella. If this is how big your wings are. Wow, yeah. I mean, the whole beetle shape, so the round beetle shape, a third of it is like the armor carapace of the shoulder, and then like a third of it is the elytra, and then a whole third is uncovered booty bun.
Oh, look at that little flat guy. Um,
Ooh, shiny.
yeah. So, so yeah, you've got a few examples of photos. Let's talk a little bit about the poultry house pill beetle.
Okay, yes.
So it's used as biocontrol in poultry houses.
I assume for the
Uh,
mites you mentioned that they will eat.
for housefly larvae and other types of
Oh,
fly larvae that end up, it can they can cause a pretty gross environment for the chickens
yeah.
to be in.
I've
I
heard
mean,
of,
let's face it, the chickens are already in a gross environment if they're in a
yeah,
poultry house, but
unfortunately. But I've
that's
heard of
another
something called
story.
fly strike, which I'm not entirely sure what it is. I have to assume it's the flies biting and otherwise infecting an animal. I think horses get it. I think chickens. It's like a farm thing.
It's like a blowfly thing. So
Oh,
fly
okay.
strike is when a blowfly lays their eggs in. It happens a lot in sheep. They'll lay their eggs in their
Okay.
wool if it's gross,
Oh,
like
okay.
damp. They like damp wool, and then it causes all kinds of horrible
Yeah.
like irritation to the sheep, and then they can get
Nastiness.
infected, and it
Okay. Because
probably
I've,
happens in other domestic animals too. But
yeah.
the only thing I just remember reading about sheep.
Because I hear the phrase a lot, like, "Oh no, we gotta clean up. The horses have fly strike," or whatever. And I'm like, what does that mean, really? I assumed it was something like that,
It's
where like, but I didn't want to go full bot fly on it. But that's kind of what I always
it's
assume.
a yeah, it's blowfly. It's still pretty yucky.
But this is
So
for this
this
is for more like house flies, just like the general big old those.
just the general fly, any fly larvae you're gonna get in huge quantities in a
Hmm.
chicken coop or a chicken
Yeah,
house because of all the dung or
right.
the guano, chicken guano. So these little guys, they're still pretty small, and they eat about 54 larvae a day. So not bad for one tiny little
Yeah,
guy.
I'm considering that they're probably not much bigger than the fly larvae themselves. That's a decent amount to put away.
Yeah, they're really aggressive, and they can get really like dense, so they don't really bother each other. So in one like per quart of, I love these stats that I was looking at. So you can get 250 beetles per quart of manure, and 12 beetles per square inch in manure as well, because they also put them in like cow pastures
Oh,
to
okay.
kind of keep the flies down, because the flies are gnarly. They can really
Yeah.
affect the health of the animal of it.
Right. One fly bite, not a huge deal. But if my animal that I'm, wanting for
Food.
generative reasons, it
Right,
has a
yeah.
100 bites on it a day, you're gonna kill my animal. Yeah, that makes sense.
You can even buy this species online, if if you happen to be a rancher or
How quick we've turned around on this, that we've gone from I don't know
poultry.
about these hister beetles. I don't know where they are or what they're doing. All of a sudden you can buy them
Buy
online.
them. Yeah, the USDA imported several species from like Africa and Pakistan and
Mm,
Australia, and to control
which
face flies and horn flies, which are other like
yeah,
pests.
infamously has never gone wrong in
Never gone wrong. It's always fun.
importing species from other places.
But if Amanda, if you want to buy this species of hister beetle, you can buy 2,000 for $180. What a steal.
Steal. That's a lot. That's a lot of bugs. I feel that way about like every year I see like buckets of ladybugs places right about
Oh,
this time of year, and they're like 6,000 ladybugs for $200. I'm like, well, you guys gotta chill with this bulk sailing of beetles here.
I will say about ladybugs for sale, please make sure that they're native
Yeah,
ladybugs. Don't just buy a bucket of ladybugs and
buy
release them in
your
your yard.
ladybugs.
And the
Um,
problem is your ladybugs probably aren't for sale. They're probably
that's
just going to
probably the
be
problem. It's probably just
the
a
Asian lady beetle
generalized. Mm-hmm.
or the harlequin beetle, they're also called. Yeah.
Yeah. Same with the praying mantises, which I'm pretty sure we've mentioned before as well.
Yeah, please don't buy praying mantids online and release them in your
So,
house, like your yard,
similarly,
unless
though,
they're your natives.
a science class can buy like monarch butterflies to like
Mhm.
watch pupate and emerge. Is that problematic to release those monarchs where you are, or are they pretty much, at least as
They're
a continental U.S. person, is it pretty much like, they're probably around anyway?
they're native, so it should
Okay,
be
so it's fine.
fine.
Okay.
The only problem with bread releasing bread insects is sometimes they can carry disease.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how common that actually is.
Uh-huh.
It's not a thing I would worry about too much. Like I
Okay.
said, I've got
Yeah.
5 painted lady caterpillars, and I'm gonna release them here in my city in a
Right.
local park once they're adults. For now, they're happily munching
Dump,
on
dump,
my
dump, dump, dump.
kitchen table.
I hear they're very hungry.
My poor husband, my kitchen table has a colony of roly-polies on it and 5 hungry caterpillars.
He
Just
knew what he was getting into, all right?
did he? Did
You
he?
were already in the life. Uh yeah, but I could very easily see you, Dr. Z, becoming one of those people that's just like, and now come in and meet my children, and then they walk into a room and it's just like bugs, 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 bugs. Like
Well,
this
the
is
other day I was on Reddit and there's like an isopod forum on Reddit, and someone had mentioned they wanted to set up a tank for their autistic child.
mm,
And I said, I've got a bunch of tanks in my lab. If your kid wants a video tour, I'd be happy to give her one. And this woman was so pumped that like 3 other people were like, will you give my kid a video tour
oh
of your
yeah,
lab?
that's great.
And
Just
I'm like, yeah, of course. I said, write down some questions. I'll answer some questions and I'll make a little video. Also, a 26-year-old grown-ass woman wanted a tour of my lab too, and I said, you got it, lady. No problem.
can you make like a single video and then just start linking it places? Like here's my
Maybe that's what I gotta do
yeah,
instead of
and
like
update.
PMing a
Yeah,
video
an
to
individual person. Yeah, that
several. It depends. I mean, if the children have questions, then I'm
maybe
happy to make a
you could have
customized video.
child friendly lab tour, a more
Yeah,
adult lab tour, and you're like, be careful with which link you click, okay? Maybe
yeah.
we
Maybe
can
I can
host that
put
on
it
the
up
Bugs Need Heroes channel for you.
on the podcast's webpage on the YouTube rather, our
Yeah, on
YouTube.
YouTube.
But yeah, I don't mind that at all. That's fun.
And just
I
have at one point just have Dr. Ped just like waving from the corner, like,
He's just
hello,
in the background.
I'm also
It's
here.
it's Dr. Ped's lab. I'm just taking up space in it.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Thanks, Ped. Thanks, buddy. Um, all right. Oh, so like one other thing before we start going into like superpowers is history beetles are really important to forensic entomology. Do you know what forensic entomology is,
Only
Amanda?
because as a youth, I was so into the show CSI. And as you know, no doubt, the like head of the department was like a bug guy. I think he was an entomologist who like became
Oh, an
interested.
actor? Or
No, no, no. I think the character
oh, the character. Okay.
was like, that's how he started. And then I don't remember. It was so long ago, but I watched like every episode of CSI as a teenager. Um, oh, producer Derek says he was in fact an entomologist. But I don't know. I'm sure there's a journey there where he's like, he starts as an entomologist, then he gets interested in crime or whatever. But his whole thing was that he was into this sort of like, you can tell how long something has been going on by what bugs are present. Like big into the possibly needs a warning, but the body farms that they do where they
Mhm.
like research how long it takes for like flies to show up, how long it takes
Yep.
for apparently hister beetles to show up.
Yeah, it's called the post-mortem interval,
Oh, okay.
is understanding the time between someone's death and then when certain insects start to
Mm-hmm.
join the party. So the
So,
hister beetles, like we've already talked about, they love fly eggs and maggots, or so larval flies. And so the flies come first, and then after a certain amount of time, the hister beetles will come to eat the flies. So you have like a time of death when the flies get there, but if you get there when the hister beetles are on top, then you know what I mean. We can
yeah,
track it backwards.
right.
It's pretty neat.
If the hister beetles are here, we know the gestation of their eggs are such and such long or whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting, interesting.
it's cool, right? So yeah, they're in a lot of like the forensic entomology textbooks. There's a world if I wasn't a professor, I think I would want to be a forensic entomologist.
Interesting. I don't think I could put up with it for very long. Especially I'm mentioning that I watched like every episode of CSI as a teenager. Um very into like crime shows. I know
Mhm.
crime like podcast crime documentaries are like a big like genre now. Like you can always find more stuff for it. And I used to really like that stuff. and not to sound like a loser, but like once I started having my own kids, it just became too real, too like
That doesn't
I
make
let
you sound like a loser,
I
Amanda. It
I
makes you sound like
I
you
lost
love your children.
hardened my hardened world weary shell became like, oh no, I can't help but think about like the devastation of this, like it just became, I couldn't enjoy it as entertainment any longer, even though I knew
I
it was
get
just
it.
like a fake show. um
I
that
think,
yeah.
yeah, I'm sure like seeing a dead person in real life would be pretty horrendous,
Yeah,
but I mean, I imagine you get
you
used
can
to
get
it.
used to anything is
You
the
get used to
problem.
anything, yeah. And I'm just there for the bugs, so it's fine. Um, I actually might be doing a forensic entomology thing with a student next
Hmm.
fall, which I'm pretty excited about.
That would be
So my
interesting.
summer reading is going to be nothing but forensic
Doesn't
entomology texts.
Derek's favorite author Mary Roach have one that's about,
Oh, she's wonderful.
I think,
I think I read that one. Is Stiff? Is it just Stiff?
Stiff? I think it
Yeah,
is just Stiff, yes.
yeah, she's great. But I'm gonna have to read like texts and journal articles and really like make sure I'm prepared to give my student the best lab research opportunity I can. But
Yeah, yeah,
it's
I
gonna be
mean,
fun.
it's
Probably have to get like animal carcases and
well,
put them on campus.
producer Derek's so used to that. He's the cause of animal carcasses all the time. I've heard also you can get used to like the smell of skunks. Like the first time you smell skunk, you're like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But by like the 50th time, you're like, all right, here we go again.
Yeah, we just get used. Humans are incredibly adapted to just putting up with horrible
Oh,
things.
you're
We just
telling
do it,
me, bro.
right? Not like the little hister beetle who is the boss
The
and
boss.
does he just does what he wants. All right, so I guess we could talk a little bit about
Yes, let's
superpowers,
do
and then I'm
superpowers.
very curious what direction you're gonna go with
Yes,
this.
I too am curious which direction I would. Because like when we first started talking with like the Booty Buns, where he's
Mhm.
hanging out on the back of an ant, I was like, can we do another artwork where darn old pavement ant makes a return when we just had that like a few episodes ago? I guess it was 2 months back by now.
So thinking about their superpowers, one, the retractable appendages. Remember that flat image where its little legs are all tucked in? Was pretty
Yes.
fun.
No legs here for you to grab onto.
Yeah, they tuck their legs and their antennae in to defense. Of course, they're a beetle, so they have that tough little carapace. They play dead. You probably do you remember the vocab word for when animals play dead?
I don't. I just always think of it as possuming. The possums really got in on the branding for that, even though they're like not the only ones who do it by a long shot. I think there's several snakes, I think, that also do
Yeah.
it. And
Over
then
in my neck of the woods, it's the eastern hognose snake that
yeah, the
does
little
it.
hoggy nose guy.
They're
And
cute.
that's the one where like you flip him back over and he's like, "No, I'm dead." Ugh.
Yes, like, how dare you? How
Excuse you,
dare you? I'm
my
gonna reflip.
moms.
Well, for any listeners who remember this word, you get a gold star today. It is thanatosis.
Oh yes, I should have done that because Thanatos is the god of death. And being a big myth kid, I did know that one. Yes.
Oh yeah, you were a Greek myth kid. Yeah,
Oh,
you somewhere in the back
big
of your
Greek
head,
myth
you knew
kid.
this one.
I haven't played Hades 2, but Thanatos is a character in Hades 1.
I played Hades 1.
Romanceable.
Yeah. I never beat it. I gotta go back and keep keep
Yeah,
going.
that's the problem with roguelikes is like to truly get all of can you beat the repetition before you beat the game, Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Producer Derek got me a great little roguelike a while back where you play as a little frog and you're being swarmed by bugs. I think it's called No Pesticide Needed, right? Yeah. It's really fun. It's really, really fun. But there's so much action on the screen that I can only play for a little
Mm.
bit at a time and then I gotta take a break.
I
But I've
find that if
unlocked many frogs. Many, many frogs.
so many adorable frogs.
Yes.
I was always very fond of the tree frog with like the red eyes and then like the blue stripes on the side. And he's like
Mhm.
big, I don't
I
remember what
love a
it's
little
called
frog.
now.
All right. Otherwise, they can fly. I'm sure, as you can guess, they're bad at it.
I'm looking at
Right?
how little these elytra are, and there's no way this dude's getting far. Like I get that they're like folded up in there, but like, come on.
Yeah, they're not very good at it. They don't really fly unless they absolutely have to. Hister beetles are actually known for being very fast. They have quick bursts of speed, which must be hysterical given how round some of them are. Just picturing it
A
like
little out of here.
fast waddling. Yeah. And another superpower we'll call it ant friends because of their relationship with ants.
Their
Even
mostly
though it's
cordial relationship with ants.
the somewhat cordial, occasionally I'm gonna eat your babies
The ants are
relationship.
used to that at this point.
What are you thinking? How are you even gonna draw
Oh
this
no,
guy?
I'm really thinking. Okay, so flight, beetle, fast. There's nothing that feels like that's their thing. You know what I mean? They're just kind of like
Mhm.
toodaloo. I think we could lean into the forensic thing a little bit and make him some sort of like
Ooh.
detective.
Oh, that'd be fun. A
I think
little
we also
detective
could
beetle.
also make him kind of like a universal sidekick. He's like for hire. He's here. He can sidekick with you. Um, I'm not sure how you display that either.
He's like, oh, wasn't there like a detective and like maybe Jessica Jones I'm thinking of?
Hmm.
I can't think of it. Um,
Jessica Jones
yeah, I
is
don't know.
a detective for
I
hire
mean,
for certain.
she is a
She's
detective,
yeah,
yeah. I thought there was like another, maybe I'm just thinking of Jessica.
yeah.
Um, oh, yeah, producer Derek Amanda is suggesting a clown detective.
I feel like he gets. I never really heard a good justification for why he's called clown. It's like,
They come in some different colors. They're funny little actors. They tuck them little feet in, you know.
yes, but like you look at the smiley face spider from Hawaii, and you're like, ah, yeah, a smiley face spider. This guy you call clown, and I'm like, all right, I guess. I guess we could paint him on an egg, but I'm not sure he really deserves to be painted on an egg. For those of us who don't understand what I'm referencing, there is a clown register where if you get your like, because clowns have to have like a specific trademark makeup, right?
Yeah, all
And part
clowns
of the
have different
way,
makeup, right?
right, because you can't look like another clown. I mean, this is like a persona, right? This is
Oh my God, please educate me on clowns. I love this. This is ridiculous.
so the
Um,
world of drag, which I know you're
love it.
into drag race. Drag and clowning have a lot of overlap. I hesitate to say drag is a form of clown because I don't want to seem
I've heard some
disparaging,
drag queens say it is a
but
form
it
of
is something.
clowning, so I think
Yes,
it's safe.
it is. They share a grandmama. We'll say
They
they
share a
they
common
come from the
ancestor.
same family
Yes.
of paint my face with this exaggerated expression and
I think Trixie
perform.
Mattel says that
Trixie
drag
Mattel, it
queens are
would not
clowns all the
surprise me if
time.
she's straight up like,
Yeah.
I'm a clown. You know,
Yeah.
that's on brand for Trixie Mattel. Um, and I think she's right. And who am I to
Mhm.
question Trixie Mattel on the things
How
of
dare you?
drag? But I've also seen other like there's like a TikTok drag performer called Sweet Pickles who also refers to herself as a clown, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but to register your face is to be like, this is my face, right? No other clown can do this face.
Hmm.
And part of the way that they do that is there's this register in London who, when you send them your face, this is my face, they paint it on an egg, like a perfect
Why
replica of your
why
face
an egg?
on an egg. I don't remember why it's an egg, but I remember that it's an egg. And then there's this display of clowns through the ages painted on eggs all in a row. And I know that Sweet Pickles on TikTok was struggling to decide which face she would like put in for her clown egg because like once you register,
That's
that's
it,
your
right?
face. You can't be changing anything. It's crazy. The world of
That's
clowning is
amazing.
deeply interesting and like so old. People don't realize how like old clowning is. I think it's
When did clowning start? Do you know?
I know of at least like 500-year-old Italian clowns. Like it's been a thing for a
Hmm.
long, long time. Um, and you know, and it branches in different directions all the time. There's French clowns. Miming is a form of clown, you know,
Yeah,
that sort of
yeah.
stuff. Um, And then, you can get into problematic clowning, like some minstrel stuff. I think you could count as a
Mm,
form of
mm,
clown.
yeah.
Um, but the modern interpretation, we use clown as like an insult. We talk about clowning as like they're clowning around, when like it used to be kind of like a legit art form, and now I think it's lost a lot of respect, I'd say, in the last
Aw. It's a
century, maybe
talent.
even two.
It's a talent to be a
It's a
clown.
I mean,
I can't do it, you know?
Robin Williams, a lot of his early stuff is he's like trained in mime for a long time, and I think a lot of his physicality could be credited to having to communicate ideas without speaking, which is
Yeah.
like pretty
Robin Williams is
intense.
amazing.
And like when you think about a world in which you must perform without microphones, like physicality's most of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not going to hear you from the nosebleed seats if you don't have a microphone and I'm sitting in an arena that, seats even as much as like 200 people. I might not be able. So I got to figure out what's going on based off, oh, that guy's really mad at that other guy and they're going to fight. No, like I need to get that story from pretty far away. Now that I've hyped up, now that I've glazed clowns, that's going to seem like I'm into clowns. I'm not into clowns, but I respect the drip. But back to History Beetle. I guess we could make him like a clown detective. What's a
Yeah,
detective-y
Clown
pose?
Detective does sound pretty fun.
I don't know. I try to make the character something where if you have a relative passing with what the bug is, and someone says it to you, you go, oh yeah, I can see where that's coming from. Like, okay, now that you've said leafcutter, I can see that this character is a leafcutter ant, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Get back to History Beetle from Clown Detective. But you know what? We gotta have some fun on here.
Oh, Clown Detective.
Oh, Clown Detective. What's a detective-y pose? Short of just having a magnifying glass to one eye.
What kind of clown face, though? And will he
It's
register it
true.
on an
Will he
egg?
registered on an egg?
Yeah,
He
clown,
is
to be
kind of
fair, maybe you could.
egg-shaped already,
He
if I'm
is a little
honest.
bit. Clown Beetle is like the more common name than Hister,
That's fair.
so it's fair. I'm just used to, I don't know, using some of these other names.
I think we'll go kind of a noir sort of, because you know how much I love a noir. I know with
You love noir.
Carpet
Yeah.
Beetle we did kind of a noir thing. I guess Carpet Beetle was more Hardy Boys. Um, but we've talked about noir before. But I just love a good noir. I love. She walked in. Her legs went all the way to the floor. I love that sort of stuff.
Where else would they go?
She was a real sweet tomato. Should he be actiony? I feel like he should have an actiony sort of pose. I'm gonna make his jacket too short
Uh,
for his elytra.
that's got to be way too short.
It's like, sir, get a new coat. You are a professional.
His butt's hanging out the back of the coat.
Should he have a? I hate drawing fedoras, but I guess a fedora is very old timey, isn't it?
Pretty
Pretty much
old-timey
ubiquitous with
detective-y.
the old timey detective. My crimes. I have to draw fedoras when I don't want to.
Was trying to think if I can remember any clowns, and it's really just Ronald McDonald and Bozo. I think that's all I got.
There's one of the
And I've
characters on
never seen an
Modern.
episode of Bozo. I just
Yeah,
it just like is in your brain.
right. Everyone just
As
associates Bozo and clown. Come on, Bozo.
yeah.
Um, there's a clown. One of the characters on Modern Family is a clown,
Mm,
and I think that's the actor's real drag persona, real clown persona. Like
really?
he granted them permission to use it for the show, but like Eric Stone Street was also just a clown. Clown college is like a term we use now for like a college that's not
Oh,
very good.
yeah, like an maybe unaccredited
Yeah,
bad. Yeah.
clowns just getting no respect out here in these streets. Who is this clown? Um, Imply that they're a clown and not even a well-known one. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, we're gonna do round around the eyes like a beetle. That makes sense to me so far.
Yeah. I thought there was like an episode where Tobias in Arrested Development was the
That
clown, and
tracks.
now I don't.
That That
I don't
feels
remember
correct.
if it was or not, but it feels right, right?
It feels right.
It feels
It,
really correct.
it feels like something that Tobias would have done. Me and my book club are currently trying to make lists of like what are your must-see television shows for each other. And Arrested Development did not quite make the list.
Oh, it's so good. I love Jason Bateman. I think he's amazing. We've been
It's
watching DTF St. Louis,
oh
and
my.
I don't know if you know the premise to
I do
that,
not. I've never even heard of this.
but it's Jason Bateman, David Harbour, and what is her name from Freaks and Geeks. She's beautiful. She's a great actress. Linda Cardellini is in it. And like the premise is, without ruining anything, because I think this happens pretty early on in the show, like Jason Bateman's character, he's a weatherman and he befriends the sign language interpreter, which is David Harbour's character. And there ends up being like a love triangle kind of situation, but it's got all the dry humor of Jason Bateman, like
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
he'll go, "Yep, uh-huh,
Um,
yeah." He's
yeah.
just had, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's great. It's very good. Not a not an appropriate topic for the podcast, really, but it's excellent.
Have you watched Zootopia 2, where Jason Bateman continues to just play himself as a fox?
I haven't. Oh, I need to watch. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I need to.
Um, I have some qualms, but it's a good movie. My oldest loves it. Has watched it several times.
I'll watch him in anything, even if he's a cartoon fox playing himself. It's fine.
He definitely is a cartoon fox. I don't want to draw another weapon of the bullet variety. I don't feel like that suits him, but I'm not sure what else to put in a detective's hand, I guess.
He's a detective, but he's also a clown. So should he have like a one of those horns?
Oh, you know what? Well, I don't know, because he doesn't have much
He doesn't
power
make
sets as far as
noise.
horns. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It'd be really funny if he's also the only one that's like a silent noir detective, and everyone else is just like monitoring them, like, what is this guy's deal?
What's this guy's deal?
Running poses the bane of my existence. Why did I make him running? Oh, because you said he was fast. That's why.
Yeah, he's right. It's one of his power sets.
And he's like, freeze, dirtbag. I'm gonna make his jacket short, but his tie really long, because he's a clown. Okay.
What do we got?
I'm sharing an image into the art
Okay.
channel, and then we need to figure out a way if him being just a regular detective with only a clown face is funnier or not.
It is ridiculous.
Like him being a noir detective, except for his
I think
face and
I
his
think his
too
jacket
short
should be
jacket. And
shorter.
his
I
even
think it should
shorter.
be
Okay,
even
great, great, great.
shorter, yeah.
Let me get my.
It's like it should be like a crop top.
Just remember bolero jackets from the early 2000s.
Yeah, that one Chelsea used to wear.
Chelsea wear a
Yeah,
bolero
yeah, yeah.
jacket. Nice.
Everywhere. Well, you gotta keep in mind that in the religion we grew up in, you're not allowed to show your shoulders.
Oh.
So but cute little cap sleeves was like the thing. So
Scandalous
Chelsea would just
shoulders.
toss on a bolero jacket at any given time. I lost my pen. Oh, it's it's in its mechanical spot. It's in its little magneted spot. Okay, even shorter. I'm gonna take off this whole bottom panel here.
How do you feel about the clown beetle or the hister beetle? How many legs would you give this little dude?
Well, I think he's the most beetly beetle. But on the one hand, I like to like reward the novel when you've got like a thing that makes
Hmm.
you like, this is my thing. I'm a scorpion. I've got a scorpion tail. I like to reward that. And so him being like the most beetly beetle, I feel kind of goes to his detriment in that. But I also kind of want to reward the thought that like, hey, let's start here, and it's great. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need more than this. This is great. Okay, so if I take away a point for not being, I don't know, he rides on the as rides an ant like a horse. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 6. I
Okay.
think.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would
He's
also give him a 4. I like the forensic part. I think it's interesting that he helps us with our poultry issues.
I think he's a helpful dude.
Yeah.
I just also think he's a little bit basic.
He's a basic beetle.
He's a basic beetle.
Oh,
Listen here,
producer Derek is recommending antennae eyebrows. Oh God, and a rubber chicken.
A rubber. You know what? A rubber chicken does make sense because of the poultry thing. All right, let me toss a rubber chicken into this hand here.
That's absolutely perfect. Oh.
Also, the rubber chicken can talk, but only he can hear.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My dad is all into the Dresden Files, which is a magical detective.
I love the Dresden Files.
Oh yeah, my dad has officially read all of the ones that are available.
I like the audiobook version.
Yeah, he listens to the audiobooks. He listens to them on his drive to work. So he gets through a lot of books that way, actually.
Well, what's great is the narrator for the audiobook is James Marsters.
Yes, so, Spike, right?
Yep. He's wonderful. Yeah.
Are you sad that the Buffy reboot got kiboshed?
Yeah, I am sad. I was looking forward to it.
Especially when so many of the key players were willing to come back.
I don't know why it didn't.
I think the thing that killed it is that they wanted to restart the series with a new Slayer, so it wouldn't be Buffy. And I think whatever exec makes these decisions said, we don't want that. We want you guys back. And they said, we're too old to be karate chopping.
Old. Yeah. I mean, they all look great. They look fantastic.
Don't get me wrong, they're all good. Yeah. But Melissa Joan Hart is 50 years old, and she is a teenage witch. Yeah. So it's been a hot minute, you guys.
Yeah, I don't know how old is Sarah Michelle Gellar?
I mean, I feel like her kids are grown because I feel like I've seen her kids and stuff. Her and the Freddie Prinze.
Oh yeah, she's 49.
Yeah. The woman doesn't want to be karate chopping vampires in the face. Leave her to her own business.
She was game. She was in, but I think what they should have done is maybe given us a season, like a full season with her, and then make the transition slow. And then
have her training up. Have her be the Giles. I think might have also worked, but maybe she just wasn't willing to be the Giles.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Mm-hmm. I think it could have worked. I think it would have worked. All right, I've updated with a shorter jacket and a rubber chicken.
I'll check the Discord.
Dude, I gave him extremely flared pants to be his digger legs.
Oh God, the rubber chicken flapping around
as he runs.
It's great.
Also, if he's a totally mute character, him only communicating through the rubber chicken is also very funny.
And the jacket is perfectly short. Thank you.
I liked it though. Okay, so powers, he probably could fly just because, but I feel like old-timey detective who's also a clown who also communicates through a rubber chicken is already
that's enough. Yeah.
A lot. It's plenty.
It's plenty.
There you go.
Perfect.
If you only communicate through rubber chicken, we will still read your emails if you email us at BugsNeedHeroes@gmail.com.
We love emails.
Or leave us a honk on the Reddit. There's just a comment that says honk.
On the Reddit, on the Instagram, on the Blue Sky. Come find us.
All the places, leave us a honk. Otherwise, my little bugaboos, I love you.
My little beetle bums.
Goodbye. My little beetle bums. Also, if you Google beetle bum, it only brings up a band.
Oh, sad.
So I don't know who's out there. Okay, love you. Bye. Bugs Need Heroes was created by Derek Conrad and Kelly Zimmerman. Hosted by Amanda Niday and Kelly Zimmerman. Bugs Need Heroes is produced and edited by Derek Conrad, with some assistance from Chelsea Bodden and a few cats. Character art is by Amanda Niday. Our music is Ladybug Castle by Roll Music. Got a bug question? Email us at bugsneedheroes@gmail.com. Check us out at bugsneedheroes.com, and most of the socials are under Bugs Need Heroes. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, I have a note from a recent dream. Just says Lisa Legs the spider.
Oh, I love dream notes. Really? What?
Yeah.
What did I mean?
Lisa Legs. You gotta name a spider that.
Her legs went all the way to the floor, Kelly.
All the way to the floor.